What's up, man? How you
Not a
keeping?
lot. It's not too bad now. Lockdown's not bad time for recovering and healing a little bit.
Yeah, today's the first day of real lockdown, is it?
Yeah, this is our first day of real lockdown. It came out last night, so we're allowed basically an hour out the house at most. It'll be
It's like prison, isn't it? You
that's
get
me
your
for me.
get
Like
you get your 30 minutes outside
that's
in the
it.
fresh air, back in home.
That's it. Get back
It's
inside.
it's all crazy, man. It's actually like nobody even knows when it's going to end. It's like it's all
No,
like started off
we've
with
been
3 weeks or 2 weeks, and now it's who knows when it's going to end.
yeah, we've been told like 3 weeks of lock-in, but then we get another people saying this could be August, it could be July. No way I won't be staying in here August.
Imagine that not being outside till August. That is like prison.
That'll
Like
be worse than prison for me. Like, I go nuts. At least there are people in prison. If I was stuck on my own till August, I'd start talking to myself.
you're teaching like school classes through online, then, is it?
Yeah, you have
And
no
what's
idea.
the Very good.
Do you thinking like kids can handle this? They can do stuff online all week before the lockdown. Like, guys, can you get online? Guys, can you access this? Yeah, no problem, no problem. Day one, I can't open anything. My computer's not working. Why won't this work? You had a week to sort this out. Not one of them.
That was just to get
You
out
know
of
what
the
I mean?
work. If it doesn't
Yeah,
work, I
and
can't do it.
then all the exams are cancelled. So we're like, you try and get any
I,
older kids ready.
yeah, I was just going to ask, like, are they cancelled? Because there's some of the exams, like the Leave and certain that over here, they haven't fully cancelled it yet. They've cancelled parts of it, like some of the projects, practical stuff they've cancelled, but they haven't actually cancelled the full exam yet. But I'd imagine that's going to come now in the next couple of days.
We've had everything cancelled. So it's the first time they've ever cancelled the exam. So no idea how the grades are getting worked out. So now these kids are
Uh,
way nicer to me. All these kids like, so you're giving our grades now. Did I ever tell you how great a teacher you are? Like, yeah, sure.
yeah.
Enjoy your D
um,
and be happy.
D all around. A
That's it.
solid, nailed on 40%.
Be happy you got that.
So we'll go to a bit of maybe taekwondo talk. How did you get into training? How did you start taekwondo? It's kind of where I start with
Uh,
everybody. So how did you start?
yeah. So this has been a long one. So August will be 21 years of taekwondo for me. So I know
Long time.
that's a long time. You realize like guys I fight at the Euros and the Worlds weren't even born yet when I started training. That definitely makes me sound like one of the old guys now. I'm not
Yeah,
liking that thought.
I'm starting to
Yeah,
feel that myself.
I started. At least you got the hair. You still look young.
Stick out the hair.
Uh, so I've 21 years taekwondo. I started when I was a kid. I was one of Miss Cross's first students in Queensbury. So I've got dyslexia. I've got really bad dyspraxia. So as a kid, my coordination was like dreadful. Used to follow my own feet. Couldn't walk. Couldn't get around without like tripping over things, walking into things. If you threw a ball to me, I couldn't catch it. I lost my front four teeth at school because someone threw a ball to me. I missed it and knocked all my teeth out. So I'm sure my mum's seen like classes starting for taekwondo and thought, oh, it'll help his coordination a bit. Stop falling over so much. Bit of confidence, but a bit of coordination help. Then I've been stuck
Well,
there for 21 years since.
Miss Cross is still trying to get rid of you.
So
You've done all right
so
since
far,
with all those that stuff starting out. Like you've done all right.
that's not bad. I'll take it. It's been all right considering where I started. We found my old grading cards once from like a colour belt gradings, and you read through the notes from my colour belt gradings from like Master Sutherland and stuff. Like, oh, how did I get this far? Like,
Yeah.
definitely those first couple of like white belt, yellow belt gradings like did not look good on my grading card.
To just getting through them.
Yeah, just
Just
getting
get
through
through
them.
'em, like. And then did you compete much as a colour belt then?
Uh, I competed a lot as a kid, but never had any success, like at all.
Yeah.
The first time I got a medal in anything was like red belt, maybe black tag before I got a medal in anything. I went to competitions, but just out first round and everything, out first round sparring, out first round patterns. That's not really changed too much for the patterns there, but I was red belt black tag before I started getting any better competition, and then probably 17 before I even started getting any kind of success.
Yeah, like I think it's kind of mad like that. Like the amount of people who weren't that successful as color belts that step up, like, and actually once they get the black belt, manage to do really well. Like when I was a color belt, even like I didn't win that many medals in sparring. I'd always win medals in patterns, and I maybe won in terms of gold medals as a color belt, like 3 gold medals. Like, and I used to compete a lot more then. Like you could do 5, 6 competitions a year
You can do so much, eh?
for 5 or 6 years, and to win 3 gold medals in sparring is like maybe 4, but not that many. So like it's kind of
That's a slow year for you now, eh? 4 gold medals. You take that a year.
a year, yeah. Actually, it's if you compete 4 times these days, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
you've got to travel a lot now, eh? It adds up fast.
I suppose, yeah, maybe the 3 Irish competitions, but then outside of that, like the European or Worlds or that, like, so yeah, you'd be lucky to get 4 competitions a year now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
always
ideal.
part. All part of my plan of the year. Try and compete as much as you possibly can, but it's hard.
But the whole year is like it's front loaded though, isn't it? Like the start of the
Yeah,
year from January to like whenever like the Euros or Worlds is like in April or May time,
yeah,
you
you
can
cram in as much as you can.
do so much, and then after that it's like it gets so scarce. Like you have to really look for a good competition, you know.
Yeah, just, you can compete if you want to waste your time and go along to nothing, but finding something worth going through the hardship.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like there's nothing on in Ireland around that time. Like so, you'd have to travel,
Yeah,
and even
and
like that, anything decent.
now with this, there's been nothing for a long time.
God knows when they'll even get the train. Never mind,
Yeah,
get to compete.
let alone compete. That plus
But
75, plus 78 life for you now.
I'm putting on a bit of timber, all right. Yeah. uh, I'm probably, I don't know, 66. I'd say about 66. I'd say. I would say. I would imagine nothing too crazy. I was heavier after January, like, but hey, what can you do?
Little Christmas games, that's all that was.
That was it. Like, sure, we all get it. Like, we all get it. That's why you have to step away from 78. Like,
Oh, I will never fight 78 again in my life. No chance. Wasn't
uh,
too bad in the uni days, but no way I could do it now.
did you found it easier when you were in university?
So I didn't live at uni. So when I fought 78 when I was at uni, but to get to uni, I had to run 5 miles in the morning to get a bus, go to uni, get my bus back, and run 5 miles home every day. So you're guaranteed 10 miles a day of running.
Did you really have to run back though?
Oh, plod back.
You know, like I get running there to make the bus, but like on the way back, did you need to run, or was that just
Well,
like
to make
just enjoy
to
the
make
hardship?
78, I needed to run. To
You just
make
enjoyed the
78, I had to
hardship?
run.
Uh,
Oh, I think
I
2015 was the last time I made 78s, and that's never happening again.
You looked in a bad way.
Yeah, that was. I remember we were the first team to weigh in at the Euros that year. It was in Scotland, so we went to the Euros in the morning, and I remember sitting ready to pass out before the weigh-in. And they asked us like, make a line for the weigh-in, guys, and me just walking to the front like, you guys can get out of my way right now. I'm weighing in first. Get out of my way. Get this done.
Oh, that's standard. A standard for me, myself
Little
and
junior
Tom.
try to get my way, like, now you can move right now.
And the ones who are 3 kilos under,
Oh,
juniors who are
get to
three
the back of the
kilos
queue.
up at the front of the lines, like get out of here.
That's it. That's me now. Now I stand at the back of the queue, like, right, guys, away you go. You can all get done. I'll go last.
Yeah, you know it because you know the feeling. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
don't
the
want to feel
feeling.
that again.
It's like last time I was on and off the scales, and the rest of the team hadn't even stepped into the weighing room. So just get me on.
That's it. Get in, get done.
Yeah, it was a rough one. That sound, that bing.
Bing. Yeah.
That's the best sound. It's the
I
best
used
sound.
to when Master in the bar would do the weigh-in sometimes. That was a nightmare because he knows me well. He'd sit there looking at me and go,
Drag
shaking
it
his
out.
head as I'm standing there waiting for that ping.
Sure. Last in Bosnia, when we were going in between the to check, so it was the night before the weigh-in, and they said the official scales is open, so you can go and check. So I went up to have a look, and I stepped on it. Well, it took me about 5 minutes to get from downstairs, the sauna, up into the weighing room, and I step on, and next thing, like, it says 65, and I was like, what's going on here? And Vaughan's, as he had Master Vaughan's had his foot on the back of the scales, and like everybody in the room thought it was very funny. And I know, like, if I was in a better shape,
If you're
I
a
would have
better
found it
way,
funny
that
too.
was
I would have found it funny too.
yeah.
But I was just
At
like,
the time, that's like
prick, that's not
every
funny.
thought goes in your brain.
Yeah, just I was just like, yeah, that's not funny. But so, well, given the fact, like, you couldn't get too ratty with him, like,
Yeah,
so
you just got
I kinda
look
had to,
there and try and force a laugh.
so I shook it off. But yeah, it wasn't the best of form. But yeah, 65. I was like, God, imagine. I knew there was no way. Like, what you just
Yeah,
your first immediate thought isn't, oh no, there's no way I could be that weight. It's like, oh my
yeah.
God.
First thought is, how has this happened?
Yeah, yeah. And what was the first year you made national team? Was it 2010?
2010, yeah, was my first. I went for the team 2009, didn't get on. Went again 2010 for Sweden was my first year going. It was a weird one because Scotland went as like almost a split team with almost two different teams that went because there's
Okay, yeah.
people falling out, and it was a weird one. So that was my first one. I did. It was long enough ago that I did individual power breaking, and I did plus 75s, no, plus 70s, all the weight categories, plus 70 sparring.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it. Yeah, I got bronze that year, and I can't remember any of it. I broke my nose, I know that, and I got concussed by one of the big Polish boys fighting at the end of the semis. Can't remember any of it. And the video we've got, I was on the race center stage. Somebody's filming it for me. They've obviously been watching the fight and holding the camera down. So the film is just my feet. There's a 4-minute video of my feet moving around, and you got to listen for cheers to work out what happened.
That was the only video.
That's the only video going of it, yeah. Before 2010, we didn't have no one had smartphones with them. It was just somebody with an actual camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did have videos of my fights from that tournament, but they were on an old laptop, and the laptop is broken up. I can't go back and watch them. I think it was like Adrian did have a camcorder with him, so that's how we had the video like that. There wasn't just whip out the phone and go. Because I remember I tried to take some videos on like an old whatever, like Nokia phone. It wasn't.
No, that's not a video. That's just a blur moving around.
That's what it was like. But at the time, like, even the camera on that phone wasn't that bad as cameras went on those type of phones. But it's just when you look now, it's like, Jesus, I can't believe I thought that was.
I probably had a flip phone or something back then.
I think that was the going rage. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, 2010. I fought Nicholas in the first fight, and I remember the first couple of seconds of that, getting punched in the head, and he must have broke my nose. I've seen clip of that. He must have broke my nose at the start because there's pictures of me lying on the ground just covered in blood.
And that was first fight. Yeah, first fight.
Yeah, I got a bye. Fought Nicholas.
Baptism of fire.
Polish boy. Yeah, fought some Polish boy. Went to Golden Point. Extra rounds, Golden Point, and then maybe a Romanian that beat me. Richie won it that year. It was the year Richie won, so he must have beat whoever beat me in the finals.
Oh, was it Romanian? I think it could have been Romanian.
Could have been Romanians.
He fought the other Scottish guy.
Yeah, the other side.
He fought the Finnish guy.
The big giant Finnish boy.
Yeah, he does power now. His name is just.
Yeah, big
I don't know his name. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way he'd want to spar him now. If he hit you clean, his hand would come out the other side of you.
He was a big lad. Richie went through the mill in that one. But I think it was Romania he fought in the final.
Yeah, it wasn't who beat me. But I can barely remember any of that. I remember waking up the next morning, no clue where I was, head absolutely ringing, looking in the mirror in the hotel room, and my nose just folded across my face.
It happened to a lot of people at that one. I remember I was nearly knocked out in that one as well. So yeah, my second match was the quarterfinals against Russia, and I decided throwing a side kick off the back leg was going to be a great idea.
This worked perfect.
Whatever way we he kind of stepped through with a punch, and then I kind of came. Whatever way we turned, he threw a back leg. I was like bent over a small bit and he threw a back turning kick square in the jaw. I was ringing. Like, yeah, Master Cooley was coaching me, and even he said, he was like, "You nearly got knocked out there, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like,
Yeah, cool. Where am I? Who are you?
I didn't fully. I got through the second round, but I didn't fully. If you asked me what happened, I didn't have a clue. I had to watch the video back so many times to go, "Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that now." Yeah,
Your brain goes in survival mode. Where am I? What doing? Just keep kicking. Just keep kicking.
just get through it. Yeah, just go through it.
Yeah.
And how many? That was. Did you only have one? That was your only one at junior, was it?
Yeah, I got the one at junior. It's mental now when you see guys who are juniors and like 14 who've won the worlds twice and they've been there for so long, and like I had one.
It makes such a difference. Like the people like coming to the team at 14, because if you see how many times those, I'd love to do a bit of research on it and see like how many junior winners are people who are in like who are 18. So like they're pretty much like in the last year and have had maybe it's their 5th or 6th championships. How many winners are in that situation? Because I think it's quite a lot. Because I know from Ireland,
it must be.
We've got a lot of people in that situation who are 18. It's their final year junior, and they've had 4, 5, 6 campaigns behind them.
Yeah, you look at guys now like people like Boss, Vitali. How long have they been around? They haven't been senior for that long, but they've just been around for so long.
Yeah, that's like Vitali has. I think he maybe won. What's he won? Like 5 European Championships.
That's it, and he's like.
And there's only
something stupid.
He's only 2 seniors. Like he was there, but obviously 3 as a junior and whatever World Cup. Like he's won everything with a lot of it, and some of it more than once. Most of it more than once, and isn't even senior that long because he was just junior for so long as well.
Yeah, versus my one junior competition. That one. Okay, you're done now. You're an adult.
And had you just not went for the team when you kind of were 14, 15 or?
I didn't get my black belt till it was maybe 16. I got my black belt. Like I was
late
10 years,
as well, yeah.
10 years training my black belt. Oh, watching me as a kid, if you think back at like getting a black belt was an achievement for me. That was a massive achievement. Like I struggled so much. Even anyone that sees me do patterns now and thinks they're not good now, you should see what they used to look like. Me getting through any technical aspect was an achievement.
They've managed to get to 4th degree, so they can't be that bad.
That's a shocking one, that, eh? Somebody somewhere must be looking at that and be like, how did that happen?
Jesus, 16 getting your black belt, 1 junior tournament, and then straight into senior.
Yeah. 2009, I tried to get on the team and got told no. I went to the team then, and I think it was a combination of 3 coaches had to decide if you got to go or not. And then Miss Cross might have the final word and just said, no, you're not going. I remember telling me before Sweden, if I didn't fix my side kick, you didn't get a better side kick, you're not going to compete. Not letting you go. There was an obsession that I'm getting, this side kick is getting fixed. I'm going to get a good side kick. Front leg will get fixed.
That was the go-to.
That was it.
That front leg.
That's done me pretty well through the last 9-10 years.
So she was right, I suppose, then, really, wasn't she, to make you fix it? Like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she definitely wants what's best for me, and that was fix this or you will get hurt. And then the first time I seen these guys and they're claiming to be juniors and plus 70, like they're big boys.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was just plus 70. Like,
yeah.
Like just, I think Richie was only maybe 72 or something, 72, 73 kilos.
Yeah, I think I was 73. Something like that.
Why aren't you minus 70? But yeah, because like that you're fighting the guys up on 100 kilos. So.
I'd never walked in the ring and had to look up there before. It was the first time in my life I've been like, oh, this guy's a big boy.
Yeah, because they don't make them that big around here. Like Ireland, Scotland's probably kind of the same. Like, don't make them like that.
I've been the biggest in the team for a long time. So we haven't got any of these 100-kilo boys walking around.
We haven't either. The biggest we were having was Richie and what was Ross Smith there for a while. That's the biggest we've had. So that's not big when you look at it.
When you look out, you see your Bartovs and you see Sebastian. These are big boys.
Yeah, there's like real plus fighters, like
real plus guys.
It's like At the end, so actually, what did you fight then in 2011? That would have been you went minus 80
Under
then.
80, minus 80. Yeah. That was it was a brutal competition. So I got to my first senior one, get to Bratislava, and about 3 days before it, I got ill, and I was ill the entire time I was there. We got there, I'd lost like 3 kilos in 3 days just from being unwell, so unwell. Sharing a room, hotel room with Michael. At one point, I left the room and came back. He put my bed on the balcony, and everything I had on the balcony outside, because I was so unwell. I was like, get out of the room. Like, you're sweating like crazy. Get out of this room. Put me outside. And I fought. I remember fighting Michael Parnicus. Used to be in the England team for a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
while.
Oh, the name,
And
yeah.
he beat me before, like, because at something a junior, I beat him before, and I remember getting to the second round, winning, and my nose going, and just like the doctors made me stop. Like, it wasn't broken, but it wouldn't stop bleeding, and the doctors pulled me out, and he went on. He went on to medal. He didn't win it, but I think he finished bronze. I remember thinking after, like, I could have beat him if I'd managed to keep my nose going. I could have at least medaled that year, but
Yeah, Shemlik won
under
it, didn't
80s, that was a long time ago that category even existed, man.
he? Yeah, there's like it was it was Shemlik who won that year, wasn't it?
No, he won the next year. I'm sure Dennis won the under 80s that year.
Oh, so in the Bratislava, yeah, yeah,
Bratislava, I'm sure Dennis won it. And he's like, it's not minus 70 now. Because I fought him at 78, and I think he's gone down again.
yeah. He's fought a couple of sections. He's a mad thing.
That's
He just goes
he's
up.
going the wrong way. You're meant to get heavier, not get lighter.
I think it's whatever kind of suits the team at that year, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Obviously,
Remember
as well,
2012,
it was only one spot. So with the two
there's
spots,
only one spot.
you
Yeah,
can go up and down a bit.
yeah. 2012 when Zemlik came back, and in Slovenia, no one was beating him.
No, no. But
That
yeah, the minus 80 days are so long ago. Like even the fact that like going back to him, I was only saying this to somebody. Like we were at the Euros in Slovenia, and John, like, he was at the opening ceremony doing the bit that he does at the with the uh,
additional sport class, yeah.
yeah, the kids with the special needs and the inclusion class. And I said, who the hell is this guy? And I kind of look and going like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
like he
he's
won
an
what
animal.
7 euros. You don't want to say that to him.
Yeah, I was like, he's an animal. He'll bust you up. Like,
I
really? Yeah.
remember watching him, and
People forget.
he was on my side of the draw in Slovenia in 2012, and I remember if whatever way it worked out, might have had to fight him. Watching him fight Sudak, the Polish boy before it, had an absolute war. The two of them killed each other, and just turning around and getting told, like, whatever you do, don't stand and trade with them. And my head going, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not trying to stand and trade with that tank.
Get that sidekick going.
I think, yeah, that was it. Kick and run. I ended up fighting. I lost to Tim Cool that year, so I didn't get quite as far as him. Like, but that is the most like. We're watching
That was a tough
2010.
draw. Tim Coolin, and if you won that into Zemlik.
Yeah, that was a tough day. That would have been a tough one. I remember my first Euros 2010. The first day watching Zimlik fight, I'd never seen him before, and like just watching this guy fight, and like that's what I want to be like. Just watching him kill folk, and that's what I want to do.
Right, what's it? Daniel Joa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
that was the final. Yeah,
I'd never seen, like, I'd sparred Miss Crossloads and stuff, and she'd been around. I knew she'd won Worlds and she'd won the Euros and stuff, but I'd never seen like male sparring at that level. We don't really have as much of that in Scotland, or definitely didn't. And watching these guys kill each other, like, that's what I want to do. I want to be that guy.
yeah. I remember after in Sweden in 2010, and we went down to breakfast, and it was on the Sunday, so it was after he'd fought in the final against Joa, and he looked like the Joker. Like both eyes were just all like two black eyes, purple and all. He was just bruised all over. It was like fucking hell, like you were in the wars.
There's no point when that guy did not look hard. Like, there's no point you seen him and thought I could take him. You saw him and thought, oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Just one of them guys. He just thought, no, I'd never fancy fighting you.
Yeah,
At
that's
any
line up for teams and think, oh, right, okay.
especially that style that the Slovenia often bring, because all high intensity, go, like
Yeah,
for 2 minutes.
2 minutes here. Let's go.
Yeah, it's because a lot of Baradas guys do bring that, like, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. they have this like, I'm gonna win by just crushing you. I'm not gonna outsmart you. I'm just gonna crush you for 2 minutes.
Yeah. So then, like, so the switch to 78 it really suited you, didn't it?
Yeah, 2013. So went to 78, 2013 when the weights changed. I changed
Suited
my
me as
training a
well.
little bit as well. Hmm?
Suited me as well because I wasn't going
Yeah,
to
it
make.
suited you as well.
I wasn't going to make a
Oh, it would
54.
have been
Would
brutal.
have been 63.
54 would have been.
57. It's nice.
You've been cutting a leg off for that.
There wasn't a chance. See, because I was 58 as a junior, so then when it changed to 57, it was pretty much the exact same. Because even at the
Yeah.
time of 58 wasn't a problem. So I got lucky there with the weight changes, and
The weight
because they
change came
changed it,
just the perfect time.
and they changed the age as well. So I should have been junior that year, but they changed it. So then I had to go. I had
Had
to
to
go
go fight
senior.
senior.
So, but it worked out. Worked out like you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it switched to 78. Yeah.
Yeah, that worked well for me, but I changed my training the same year. Like, I'd always been like, train as much as I can, train as much as I can, doing 3 sessions a day, running, kicking, sparring classes, weights, all this stuff. But I added in, I started doing like mental training, like visualization, mental prep, stuff I'd never really taken seriously before. Took it
Yeah.
really seriously going into that. Full visualization, full mental prep. And since then, I've never stopped doing it. Like, it worked that year. And I don't know if it because it worked, I think it works, or if it helped me get it that year. But that change was perfect for me. As even that one, I look back at the draw. That was a brutal draw. I fought through. Like, I had Peter Daniel, the Hungarian guy, in the first fight. No, for me, my second fight. I had a Polish boy that won the Euros in my first fight, and I was losing with 1 second to go. Flying punch, clipped him, and he stepped out the ring at the same time, flipped the scores.
Oh, the
I remember
double
the
whammy.
whole Polish team at the side of the ring, all of them booing me. Polish coach going nuts, like that shouldn't have counted. Squeaking through the first round. Fighting Peter in the second round. He got disqualified with like 10 seconds to go. He was losing. Just lost the rag. Booted me in the back. Took a disqualification. Colin Adolphs in the third round. Went to Golden Point with Colin. That was a tough fight. That's probably like the leggiest person I've ever had to fight against. Like, there's nowhere in the ring where you're not in his range.
Like he's the one. If there was I think he's definitely the fighter who knows how to use his range the most.
Oh yeah.
Like he
Just gets that
gets
spot.
every inch out of that leg. Like
Yeah.
so tall and
Covered.
just knows how to use the range. Like there's guys who I think like have a really good front leg, have a long front leg, but then sometimes they'll, maybe you might have a chance because maybe they'll be a bit more. They might try and use their hands a bit more. He's just no. I'm just gonna kill you with that front leg.
That's
And
it.
if we do get close, yeah, I'll use my hands and that. But he's like not gonna really
Yeah.
start with his hands. Like every time it's off the leg. Like he just makes it so hard to get close to him.
Yeah, he dropped this axe kick. I remember dropping this axe kick, and I swear this thing came from like hit the lights on its way down. That comes from 8 foot in the air on its way back down again. Went to Golden Point with him. Caught him. So he threw something at me. Didn't get the score. We stopped to get the score. He must have lost the rag a little bit because he blitzed in, clean side kicked the body. All 4 judges clicked it. To get to the semis. That was a good moment. Like 2 minutes. Had to go have the semi-final. 2 minutes later, got told, right, you're back up again. 2 minutes. But
That's happened a couple of times too.
Yeah, I seem to get that every now and again.
Yeah.
Definitely, somebody out there doesn't like me and likes me to go, right, get fighting again. All that running, all those 10-mile runs.
I was just going to say those 10 miles, yeah, that you needed them. So who did you fight in the semi-final? Was it like
Dennis?
Right.
Fought Dennis in the semi.
That's a tough draw.
Yeah,
Tough
his
draw.
bandage. He was throwing bandage left, right, and centre at me, and it broke my shin. We clashed or something. Broke my shin. Beat him. Anything I spun, I was just knock him down. Like, just wasn't going to engage with this. Wasn't getting my head taken off with a bandy. Knocked him down. Got told, right, you're in the gala night tonight. Went off.
That was probably worse. That was probably worse.
Take my shin,
it would have been better going. Well, I suppose you still won, like, but it would have been better, like, at the time.
Take my shin pad off. I got told, nah, you're keeping that on. Like, Miss Cross made me keep my shin pads on for like 4 hours till the gala night. Just wouldn't let me take them off. Because like, if you see it, it's going to be worse. I didn't know it was broken until a couple of days later. Kept the shin pads on. went off. I was the last fight of the gala, so I didn't see anyone else's fights in the gala night, and I got slagged off at the team. So that was the year. Do you remember in Sweden they interviewed everybody that won the gala?
Yeah.
Only one that didn't get interviewed with me. I was the last fight, so I won the fight.
Everybody was
I
heading home.
beat the Polish boy, and the guy just like, okay, that's it done for the night. See you later, guys.
It'd have been a long day.
It was a long one. Fought another Polish boy in the final. That was quite a close fight. I watched it back a few times. Like watching it back now, like me now would beat me then so easy. I'm so critical watching it back now, but
Yeah, I'd be the same.
Yeah,
I got to the final that year, and I look back and it's like, Jesus, how did I get to the final?
Yeah,
you know,
brutal watching yourself back.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat a Polish boy in the final. Same coach in the first round, and he just standing shaking his head at me.
Which Polish guy was it? He doesn't fight anymore. Don't think.
Doesn't fight anymore. The two of them, the one I beat in the first round is still on the team, and the one I beat in the final just was gone after that.
That's. I remember. I remember.
Marius something or marriage, something like that.
I remember the guy. I do remember him. His name isn't.
It's not there,
yeah.
Like
that. If you're a one and done kind of guy, well, maybe he wasn't a one and done, but he hasn't been.
He might not be. Like,
so
I see him.
There's just so many people. You just forget.
Back. Yeah, we'd so long doing it. We got back. I remember getting back that night, feeling like absolutely fantastic. Felt invincible. Got in the shower in the hotel. Then my brain just clicked. Your shin's broken. I just fell down in the shower and couldn't get back up. Just like lying on the floor in the shower, like I can't stand up. This is gone. Whole leg turned purple.
Was it bad when you saw it?
Oh yeah, that's the first time I'd seen it. I hadn't looked down. From the knee to the ankle was just like purpley black. The whole thing was just this horrible color.
And did you go to the hospital or anything over there? No, just.
No, I spoke to somebody and they're like, yeah, the hospital here is expensive. Wait till you get home, son.
I believe it, yeah. Scandinavia.
Yeah, Scandinavian hospitals. That's going to cost a penny.
But, so, yeah. There's no better feeling, though, I don't think, is there? Like, the shower that night, and you're getting, or you know what it is, I think, is when you get up the next morning and you're in bits the next morning, like you're aching, like just walking sore, but you're kind of like, yeah, that was worth it. Because you can have the gold medal, like
yeah, you got to go the next. I have to go the next day and get the medal, and you kind of limp up to the podium like, nah, I'll take it. This is worth it.
Yeah, I'll limp up to that podium. Yeah. I was through the wars.
That's it. You give that. You don't walk up there like nobody touched me. I walk up there like, yeah, I fought everything going that day.
Yeah, that is. I find that after Worlds in the Worlds in Ireland, I was kind of like, yeah. I walk up, my legs were in bits. I was just aching, but I was like, just on a high, like it just.
Yeah.
That was all worth it. It was all worth it.
That moment you wake up and you're like, did that happen? Oh yeah, that happened.
Like yeah.
Second, your brain that happened.
Yeah, it wasn't all just a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what type of stuff then did you do, like in terms of the mental training, like in the visualization? Is there like anything? Did you use any, I suppose, like apps or anything like that, like Headspace? Like was it more meditation or like more?
Yeah, there's nothing like that at that point. I met a guy through the university, so I'd been at Stirling Uni still at that point, and I was like, that's the national sport in university. And I'd met a guy he'd recommended someone to me, a sports psychologist guy. So I'd met him for a couple of sessions, and he'd given me like meditation type things to do, things to go through in your head. Because I knew I'd had success at smaller competitions, but not at bigger ones then. And I had to getting things in your head, like it doesn't matter who you're fighting, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't change what you've done. Thinking about all the work you've done in beforehand. The fights out of your control at that point. You've done everything up to that point to put yourself there.
Yeah.
It was to feel like you'd outworked somebody before you got there. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And then every fight now, before I fight, every single big competition, just 2 minutes before it, close my eyes and get the head started.
Yeah, I found. even for myself, I find a couple of times like just before you step in, like it's like just close your eyes and just breathe. It's like,
Yeah,
and then you just like once you open your eyes, it's just like you're just there. It's just everything. It's just like it's like hitting the reset button. I find sometimes, like no matter
yeah,
how much you build it up, like sometimes just like that, close your eyes and breathe, and just okay. It's just like nearly just like training. It's like
that's it. This is what you've been doing for 20
yeah,
years, 15 years.
you
Like
have a
this is
bow and you spar a fella like the same. You spar the guy the same way. Like it's the same
yeah,
game that you've done loads of times before.
that's it. And then after having won, like your confidence goes through the roof, and you can remind yourself that when you need it. Like stand there going, hold on, I've won. I've done this before.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I have to. Do you find that? Would you have found like that maybe the first round was always the toughest one? That maybe once you
Yeah,
got
I even
past the
find that.
first round,
Yeah,
you just settle in. Then you're like, yeah, I'm
yeah,
good. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's see when you get somebody in the first round, and it's not something too tough, and you can just kind of fight your way through it. And if you make some mistakes, you can fix it.
yeah,
Whereas that first round's always a tough fight. Like, even if it's not somebody good, you need to settle yourself in and just okay, we're good now. This is what we're used to doing.
yeah. I had a thing there when I first turned senior. I had for I was like 3 years where I was like either lost in the first round or got to the final. It's like,
Yeah,
so that's why I was like, right. If I get out of the first round, we're going places.
yeah,
So
we've got this now. We're good.
yeah, that's why I was like, I had to try and for me it was trying to nail down like how do I go about approaching that first round to make sure
Yeah,
I get the win there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's the same for a lot of
def-
people. There's a couple of people like
yeah.
that.
Definitely, that first round is
First
brutal.
round.
My warm up for them now is a bit nuts. So the Euros and the Worlds, I start warming up like an hour and a half before now. Used to be half an hour before, now it's an hour and a half. Start jogging about, start doing things. Just to by the time you get to that first round, if my brain might not be set, but at least everything else is physically good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I always have this thing where I like to have the gear on a good bit early because I always have
Yeah,
this thing where I never want to hear next on ring whatever minus 57 kilo senior
yeah, you're
sparring.
not ready, you're running around.
Whereas like it's like well, if I have my foot pads on, like and my gear next to me, right, we're kind of good to go. Then I'm not like
You're good to go
running
here.
around going, where's my stuff? And oh, geez, I haven't warmed up. Just like at least if nothing else, I'll have my gear on, and then I can warm up from there. Because like there is like that thing. I'm just like right, like to know like I'm in control of something anyway.
Yeah, you never want to hear your name in the tannoy being like ring one, Jamie Williams. Like, oh, what? You never want to hear your name in that tannoy.
That is the worst, yeah. Because then because straight away I think like that starts to throw you off, like you know,
Yeah, you're in that panic.
you're just like oh, whoa, and then straight away you're in the wrong mind frame then to step into the ring and perform because you're running around looking for equipment, a coach, a towel. Have I got my gum shield? No, I have to run back to my bag and get my gum shield. Whereas at least if you're in like I said in your foot pads, your
That's it.
headgear,
Foot
gloves, like
pads
everything you're
on,
gonna need. It's like right, that's there. Right, if
gloves
I'm
are on your belt, and you know where things are.
boom, you can go from there. Suppose that's all part of controlling the controllables, really.
Yeah, what you can take control of. That bit of
Yeah,
experience where you're like, okay, I can control this bit. This is a bit of my life I can control.
and with the when you change your training, like I know you said you added in some mindset training. So did you change anything like the physical training you were doing?
I don't know if I changed as much of that. I think I started sparring a bit more probably. I've been lucky. Like there's not a lot of guys my size in Scotland to fight with, but we've got a couple of guys at the club. So Jamie, one of our guys at the club, is a coach of the team now. His daughter competes for the team, but he's a big guy. And he's come down, like give up his nights and stuff to come and compete with me and come and train with me. And even if he's not sparring always at the top level, there's a big guy that I can spar with. Or somebody who
Yeah, yeah,
isn't just going to run away from me.
yeah.
Then
You
I've
get
been
you
lucky
get
that
the right shapes.
yeah, and then I've been lucky that I've been competing since 2011. Michael's been competing with me as well, so it's somebody who wanted to train with me.
Yeah, yeah,
But it was somebody else that wanted to train at that level, even if it's like a huge size difference. It was somebody who wanted to train, somebody at night who like, do you want to do some extra rounds? Yeah, we'll go Saturday morning. Do I go train for them? Yeah, let's go and train in the morning. Made a big difference.
yeah. Somebody to bounce off of. Somebody is kind of as motivated as you to
That's it.
and pushing towards the
Yeah,
same goal.
yeah. If we're always pushing towards single, like, I definitely nothing I've achieved I could have achieved without them. Like I can never
Yeah,
have got it without them.
believe it. Yeah. And
It's
then
definitely
so what?
my taekwondo family. So it's like between Miss Cross, Jamie, like Gemma, Michael's definitely my taekwondo wife. Like that's nobody in my life has nagged me as much as that boy has.
It was only Adrian was saying to the kids there, but before we finished up, he was, if you want to go someplace quick, go alone. If you want to go far, someplace far, bring a team. Which
That's
I
it.
think that
No
sums
one
it
gets
up
anywhere
really.
themselves. Do they? You need that team
Yeah,
around you.
like you said, all pushing towards the same goal.
Yeah.
Like that's where. Well, I find even then that that's like half the reason to do it is because, like that, they said they're like a family. Like you enjoy being around those people. You enjoy having you have the crack with them. Like you enjoy being away with them. So then, like that's half the reason to do it is because you're with the people. Half it is the people you're doing it with.
Yeah, that deck. And if you need to get up at like stupid o'clock in the morning and go train, if you're doing it with somebody, you know, it's easier to get up and go. You can't roll over and hit the snooze button. You're like, oh no, I'll let them down. I can't let
Yeah,
them down. I gotta get up and meet them.
yeah, accountability, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah. And then if you enjoy, like you said, if you enjoy being around them, it helps you.
yeah, the
Everyone's
one.
got those. You always have that day when you're like heads down. You don't want to be doing something, and they pick you back up. And or if you have a bad competition, bad result, there's someone there to pick you up and put you back on where you need to be.
Yeah. So then, what does a training like a training week look like for you then? In terms of like
Uh,
maybe cardio,
before the lockdown,
before the lockdown, obviously.
before the
Yeah.
lockdown, yeah. So now, normally 3 sessions a day. So I train first in the morning, get up 6 o'clock in the morning, meet Mike and we train. Go to work. I
Taekwondo
train
session or what? Like taekwondo.
running or circuits or something like that. Something fitness wise. Then I do a bit of training on my lunch break at work. So I get my lunch break at work, go and train. Taekwondo classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday night. Thursday night, kickboxing. I started that last year, so with Wolfpack with Kevin and Natasha. So I started doing that. Go through kickbox with them on a Thursday night, couple hours. Saturday morning, couple hours kickboxing. Sunday for the Milky squad recover. Start again.
Is there squads every week for the Scotland team?
Not anymore now. We're maybe once, twice a month now, thankfully.
Yeah, we used. I suppose we kind of dropped back big time, like a good while. A good while back, we used to be every week. Like when I first went to the team, it would have been every weekend. Some of them Saturdays and Sundays. If you were on the team pattern, you had to do kind of 2 days because you needed that extra day to kind of get everything nailed
I'm,
down.
I'm
And then,
definitely safe from that. Nobody wants me in a team pattern. Although 2017, when our seniors got bronze in the team pattern and they needed a sixth man to go up and get the medal, I'm on that podium.
did you go up?
They needed somebody to get the extra medal, so they're like, great, you go stand at the back. Somewhere there's a picture of me in a team pattern at the Euros.
uh, you should put that picture up.
In 20 years' time, nobody's going to know I didn't do that pattern.
You're just on the team, yeah. You could start.
That's it, I was there.
You could start to tell the story that you were on the team then, like you were the one at the back, like you actually performed the pattern. You were in the team.
Find a picture of some guy that's kind of blurred out in the background. That was me.
And then how then in terms of we say with the kickboxing, was there a particular reason that you started kickboxing? Like did you want was it more to help your taekwondo training, or was it more like you just wanted
Yeah,
to it was something you wanted to try out? Or
it's definitely helped taekwondo training. Like I got so lucky with this. Like there's certain bits of my life that I've just been really lucky. So Michael started training Wolfpack before I did, and our club was closed for like 4 weeks or 3 weeks or something. So I went along with him to train there, and it was just to get extra training, extra competitions I could go to, stuff like that. And I got so lucky that like Kev knows so much. Like as a coach, he is so knowledgeable. Natasha is absolutely world class. Like they're as I watched her as a points fighter then, and unbelievable. And then as a light contact fighter, she's world class as well. So the club itself is so good. The environment is so good. They're just so welcoming and let me in.
yeah,
They were such good people. Let me in. Like instantly felt like part of a family there, part of something in there. And I think I'd originally planned like I'll go along for 2 or 3 weeks, keep training, and that became every single week for a year. So
couldn't get
quickly.
rid.
That's it. did my first Wacko competitions last year. Just gets you extra fights, isn't it?
Yeah. That's definitely the benefit, and like just such good crossover as well.
Yeah, it's the same
Do
guys crossover in so many places.
you think you'll make a run at trying to wacko worlds or Europeans?
I don't know. There's still issues here with like politics and stuff that are above my pay grade for worlds and Europeans for that.
Yeah,
Plus, I need a massive pay rise if I'm going to start paying for all this stuff.
that's always the challenge, isn't it? The lack of funding.
Yeah, if anyone out there wants to just give me like enough money to just train full time, just give me some money. I'll train full time. I'll be sorted, but I don't see anyone handing over giant paychecks.
Yeah, it's just you could try and look for sponsors, but it's when it's not a mainstream sport, when you're not going to be seen at the Olympics, it can be hard, you know. Like
That's it.
if it was, like WT Taekwondo, where you have a chance of being seen at the Olympics, you'd have some chance, but
yeah, you might get something. But
yeah, it's
getting
much
money's
harder
a challenge for everybody.
unless it's a funded sport, which I think they're nearly becoming
The
less.
talks, isn't there?
I don't even think I don't think Poland are fully funded. I think they're mostly looked after, but I don't think they're fully funded anymore. It's like that. I think it's kind of dropping off a bit.
Yeah, when their team was at their peak, they must have had a lot of funding going on when they were winning everything.
I think they were fully funded then, yeah. So they would have.
To be fair, I think you guys knocked them off their spot. You probably cost them. It's like you lot cost them their funding.
Yeah, that was that was a perfect storm. That was that was an unbelievable week. Like we would have fancied going into that tournament like in 2017. That yeah, we could get top three, but we wouldn't have said we were going to get to number one. And especially after the first day, we took maybe one patterns medal or two patterns medals, and then the sparring kicked in. It's like we got to number one in the world on just sparring.
Yeah.
So
Senior men, you had 57, 63, 70, 78, all gold.
that was insane as well. Like that was, like I said, perfect storm. Like the girls at Savage 2 days before. Like Sarah won and Ellen got to the final against her, and then we had like Katie and Maeve and Louise all getting silvers. They did Savage. Fuck, it's like fuck the pressure. Like, Jesus, like we'd be doing well if we get it nearly.
There's a lot.
And then
Ireland girls finals.
So we thought that we knew it was going to be a challenge to get even just the level that. Never mind, kind of maybe even try and top it a small bit, but like and try to take gold medals. But like I said, like just. Perfect week, perfect storm that was to get to number one.
Yeah. That was the best world I've ever been at. Gotta say, it was the best world I've been at.
Yeah, and how many have you been to? Quite a few. 5?
Benidorm, Italy, Ireland, Germany. So yeah, 4.
4. Yeah. Done 5. I did New Zealand as well.
You got New Zealand as well, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think that was the best one as well.
I just turned senior, so I wasn't getting to New Zealand. That wasn't going to happen. I've been senior for about 10 seconds. There's no way I was getting to go there.
And like you said, you only had 1 year on the team as well.
That's it, yeah. We had a tiny team there, I think.
It was a small world, yeah. Wasn't it? Again, the lack of funding impacted the whole thing. There was some good quality people at the tournament, just in terms of like quantity of competitors. There wasn't that many as you would usually see.
Yeah, Ireland is definitely the best world I've been at, and not just because I medalled. That's not even just not because I was on the podium, but that whole year, that whole competition was good.
Yeah, it had an Olympic Village kind of feel to it, didn't it? I kind of found like just everybody been into one area, and you could just pop over and back, hotel there, just
everybody bar us. That's every year we were the only ones not in the hotel. There was us and like one Malaysian guy.
The Italians weren't either. I think the Italians were in a different hotel as well.
Yeah, we travelled from there just 5 minutes, still only 5-10 minutes to get there, but the feel there was mental.
Yeah, it was class. Like you maybe had a similar feeling to maybe like what myself and the rest of the Irish people, Irish competitors had when it was on the Euros run in Scotland. Did you like the fact that?
we had really good results in Scotland. We had finals, final 70, final 78s, and so Ian in the 70s final, me in the 78s final, and David in the 85 final that year. That was a really
Yeah.
good year for us. It was
And
I think the feeling in Ireland was still a bit better. The feeling in Scotland was good, but it's still
yeah, how did you find then, like,
the
even
venue
having
wasn't
the
as good.
family around?
That's my dad came to the Euros in Scotland, and since then
Yeah,
he's been to the Euros in Scotland, the Worlds in Ireland, the Worlds in Germany.
he got the buzz.
He did. He got the buzz. We've got to tell him to behave himself though. He said a few things on video that you've had to say, like, you can't say that. Like, people can hear you. You can't say things like that.
That's the best. See, they're not into taekwondo kind of, mindset.
Oh, before he went to Germany, we had to warn him, like, in Germany, there's certain things you can't call people. And like, you can't say that.
But like that, the fact you got to the final, it probably felt a little bit better, that the fact that your dad was there and he got to see you compete.
Yeah, I had to miss 2014 Euros as well. So I had a few people had made comments saying, you weren't there last year, and you fluked into it in 2013 as a fluke. You got lucky. So getting back to the final, my first Euros straight back in the final again, that was a good feeling. Right until I lost that final. That wasn't so great.
No, but again, it's not like he's a bad fighter to losing
No,
to Colin, like, so.
Back to Colin again. The 2 years I've won the Euros, they gave me the medal the next morning. The 2 years I've lost the Euros, they gave me the medal there and then. Like, can I not have a break? Can we come back in 10 minutes, boys?
Yeah, because they kind of, they done you a little bit dirty even in the second final, didn't they? You were fought your semi-final and then straight into fight Alameen.
Yeah, Slovenia. So it was 2017. It was me and Alameen in the final. I beat him. 2018.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Then the next year, you're right, Slovenia, 2018, in the second final against him again, and I went straight from semi-final, right, fight him now. I'd heard we were supposed to be in the gala night, and then suddenly we weren't.
Yeah.
That was a strange one.
Because had they given out, I think that the list of fights that were going to be in the gala, I think they had been sent out. Were they out? Had that been announced before?
A couple of days before, there was a list, and it changed before. It changed before my day started.
Okay. Well, they couldn't have known you were going to get to the final, I suppose.
Yeah,
so
they didn't know it was going to be me, but I fought that Russian boy, went to extra rounds, beat him in the extra round. I was like, right, okay, you're fighting Alameen now.
Yeah, again, a tough one. You've had some run-ins with those big Germans.
Yeah, I fight a lot of Germans. Definitely, Master Tricky. There's a few bits when he must see me and just think, "Oh, go away." He must not be a fan of me by now.
Same way you say with them. It's like, another one.
That's it. If I can just, it's at least Colin and Alameen are like world class fighters. So.
And actually,
guys can be fighting in finals.
In Bulgaria, yeah, that's the Euros you won. Bulgaria, isn't it? Yeah, Euros in Bulgaria.
I won the 85s.
And you had a tough draw there as well, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah,
and
that was.
You fought Zach on the way there, isn't it?
I thought that was one of the best wins I've had in my life. So, the year before, with my first year at 85s, I fought Zach and lost him by 1 point, and he broke all my ribs with a reverse punch. I remember this reverse punch hit me in Finland and broke my ribs. So when I got in the semi-finals in Bulgaria, I fought, who did I beat to get there? I beat Moffat in the second fight. I beat somebody, then I beat Moffat. Then I had Zach in the semis. And in the first 15 seconds, head kick. Ran around a little bit, got me in the corner. 2 more head kicks straight away. I scored more head kicks in that fight against him in the first round than the entire other competitions. Like, that meant unbelievable amount. Like, I remember watching him when I was a junior and like the first couple of years senior, and being like in awe of this guy.
Yeah.
And then beating him in that one. When I got the result over him, I could have ran through a brick wall.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's. I didn't even think of that. Like the how you would have been on like after a win like that to go against Alameen then.
Yeah, that meant a lot. Then fighting Alamein in the gala night, that was another one. That was just, at the time I went in there, I felt so good going in. Like, I felt fantastic going into that final.
Because yeah, it would have been like it was a bit of an upset, like for you to
Yeah,
beat
it
him,
probably was.
like that. You came through a tough draw, and then and he kind of hadn't had that many tough fights. He got through fairly okay.
Yeah, and he had, with fighting Zach and then fighting Alamein, the style was so different. It was just a totally different
Completely
ball
different.
game.
There's two different generations there. You see,
That was, it was, Zach
you
wanted
know.
to kill me and break me in half, and Alamein
Yeah,
has that points fighting movement that's just beautiful to watch, but hard to stand there and like, come and fight me.
yeah, completely two different styles altogether. Like, yeah, it's like it's still kind of mad. Yeah, like when you see that the changes in style from where like that, you see where kind of Zach and people who would have competed at started to compete in that time to the styles
So now, yeah,
like I think even since I came in, like it's kind of changed. There's small changes along that
I
have
think
changed.
everyone's so much more explosive now.
Yeah,
People are so much more explosive.
but even like I was there, Oleg, sort of it was they were in they were in Argentina doing the seminars there, and he put up whatever, like maybe 94 world champion from Argentina. It was Ricardo Riera. And I was like, geez, I haven't heard of this guy. I'll go onto YouTube and I'll see if there's a video. And there was a video of him fighting Master Vetrano in I think it was the final. And like you're looking at it, it's like that's a completely different sport to
Yeah,
that's
that, that
completely different to what we do right now. It's like you wouldn't say
that
they're
little bit of tape there on the knuckles as well. Those macho gloves.
that's it. Like yeah, but they didn't even have mats. It's like there was onto just a bit of tape on the floor. That was the ring. And you're going like like the sign of a no electronic scoring, obviously, but
Yeah,
like
no,
paper, not even
minus
clip,
points weren't a thing yet.
sheet of paper. That was the thing, like yeah, but just you're looking, this is completely different. And then there was another video of the same guy of him fighting at the next Worlds, and then you see they had mats on the floor. She was like, they've moved up a small bit.
We discovered
They've got
mats.
mats. They've got mats on the floor. So I like that. Yeah, just from where the sport, like from where things kind of was then to how it's evolved into what it is now, it's like completely different.
Yeah,
Like that, it'll keep changing even.
yeah, because whatever's working, people are going to take bits not working, they're going to adapt, they're going to evolve. Like anyone who turns around and says, "Oh, pure taekwondo, we shouldn't use anything else," you're not going to win. You have to admit, other things are just you take the best bits from everything. Like
Yeah, yeah,
the speed from points fighting wacko is definitely coming more and more in taekwondo. That's that points fighting speed.
yeah. But as you like that, like as you said, like when you look at what the rule set is, and then what scores, you have to look at like you're always going to be looking at what's the most effective way that fits into the
For that fight.
rules and gets you scores and is effective at getting you scores. Like that's what's going to determine kind of the style. I suppose like that before you could get away with maybe a bit more contact and stuff. So guys were willing to stand and trade because knock the guy out.
Yeah, you
What's
can
the
get away with it.
um
With that minus point hand flies out so fast.
can do like in Slovenia I think was maybe the worst one I've seen. Like the amount of minus 70 kilos fighters who were disqualified
Oh,
was a bit of shit. Like it ruined the division. Like I
it
thought.
did. I seen 3 people disqualified back to back by the same referee.
Yeah, we won't
That
name and
division was
shame.
no. But yeah, that division was that the people in the final. One of them shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, shouldn't have been. There was.
And it's not fair on you spend 6 months a year grafting, training to get somewhere, just to be told, "I didn't like that punch. You're disqualified."
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, because you always when you try and describe it to somebody, it's like, it's like contact, which means like you can't hit the person that hard. Like you're not trying to hurt them, but like you are trying to hurt them. You're trying to
Yeah,
hurt them without making it look like you're trying to hurt them. Like you know what I mean?
you
It's
got
like
work. I've
it
got
could be
work on
the
that facial
hardest punch.
expression.
Yeah, it could be the hardest punch in the world, but You just have to make it not look like you're putting that much into it. Like, it doesn't make a difference. Like, if it looks clean, it doesn't matter how powerful it was. But like that, if it looks messy, that's
That's
what the
it.
problem is. So
I've landed shots that were heavy shots and had nothing, and landed clean shots and be like, where did that minus point come from?
yeah, I've had the
It's all
same.
about
Like,
how it looks.
you exchange, and you're like, the ref might stop the match and break something. You're kind of expecting, like, to keep it down, lads, and nothing. And then there's times when you kind of feel like there was nothing there, and they're like, keep the contact light. Like, you're kind of, okay, I guess.
You say so.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. Yeah, you're trying to hurt them without making it look
Yeah,
like you're
looking
trying
like
to
it.
hurt.
Smile while you punch.
But yeah, through the teeth.
That's it. There's definitely experience. You get to know which referees let you away with a little more as well.
Yeah,
You must know yourself when you walk in and you're like, okay, this is gonna be a strict one.
yeah, I kind of, yes and no, like, because I kind of know the referees like that they'll have a good flow to the match, like ones that just, like, even if you come in close, they won't be straight in. Like, they let you maybe work it out just a small bit, like just the ones that let it flow, and the ones that are kind of mad to jump in, stop, break, go again. In terms of minus points, not necessarily what I'd be thinking about myself. Like, I know there's some referees you kind of, like, where you're watching, you're like, look, it's that person again. I nearly don't take as much notice when I'm going to spar myself. It's kind of more
Go
thinking
and change
about,
your game.
yeah, more, yeah, that's it. Like, it's not really going to change anything when I'm sparring, or what my maybe a tactics would be sparring that person. So it's kind of like, well, I'll just get on with it, and if they dish out the minus points, they dish out minus points. But
Yeah, so not until that second minus point, you're like,
it's not something you worry about too much in the small divisions,
yeah, I think
because like that,
I
it
feel
doesn't
bad.
look like it's heavy,
I feel
like
bad
it
for the
just doesn't
plus.
look.
Like, you watch the plus 85s, like, and they're getting minus points left, right, and center. You're like, well, they're big boys. They're gonna hit hard.
That's it. But you see, that's what it's the sound of it. When
That
they hit,
bang.
there's a boom when they hit. Like Bartosz and Sebastian at Worlds, I felt there was, like, the minus points were nearly ruining it. Like, they both got two each. It was like, just leave that go.
Yeah, I mean,
Just leave it go. Because when they were given the minus points, they were just it was like a pick 'em. It was like, who's going to get one this time? It's like they both
yeah.
punched just as
And
hard as each other. It was kind of,
they can
well,
both they
give it
can
to you
both
this
dish
time.
it out. They can both take it. Let them have it.
That was it. Like, and I think it was starting to ruin what was a really good fight, because then both of them had to be on edge a little bit to go, oh, well, do I want to punch because
I'm
I
gonna
could
get
get
that
a minus
minus
point.
point.
And the thing is, you can't not punch the other person hard, because they're going to be punching you hard. So
Yeah, you can't be the one standing going, I'll just throw half power here, because they're not gonna throw half power at you.
yeah, exactly. So you have to go full on. So yeah, it's definitely something I think that could be looked at to improve the sport a small, but just let contact go a small bit more. Um, like, it just, especially like I said, if both people are up for it, it just
Yeah,
makes
if
the
you're both given the same
matches.
thing, why are you stopping it?
Yeah, why are you ruining an exciting match? And I've heard, like, some people talking about they want to make the ring smaller, which that means there's only going to be more contact, because
Yeah, if you make
where are
the
you
ring
going to
smaller,
go?
you need to give the contact goal.
Yeah, because where are you going to go? So
Yeah,
like, like that.
yeah.
Uh,
I felt that fighting the Irish Open, the Waco this year. Like, it's a small ring. You got to fight.
yeah, and the city thing is, they're a lot more harsher even on stepping out.
Yeah, you got
You
to stay
know,
in that ring and fight.
like, if you started, I think, and I've heard that's something they kind of want to bring in, kind of, to taekwondo as well, where maybe if you're just stepping out, but like there was no contact to make you leave, that it could be a minus point and not just a warning. It's like, you can't look to reduce down contact, make the ring smaller, and get harsher on
Yeah,
exiting the ring.
you go
That
one way or the other. You can't have
they
both.
don't work. Yeah, they just don't work. And like
You
that,
can't say fight more, lads, but fight nice and calm and light.
yeah, that's, again, you're starting to change the sport. Then
That's it.
that's to change it up then, like, even more. How do you find, like so? But I know I asked you about your training there, and how do you find? It seems like you have it under control, balancing uh, job with
Yeah,
yeah with a sporting career as well.
there's times when I mess it up a little bit. I mean, I get told off. Uh, Michael, Miss Cross, tell me off for overtraining. I've got a bad habit of in my head thinking, right, you're not as talented. You haven't got as much talent as other people. You're not naturally talented, so you need to outwork everybody. Work harder, work harder. But I tend to I go too far sometimes one way and overtrain. So it's good to have them remind me, like, calm down a little bit. You don't need to do as much. Just be smarter, not more. And it
Yeah,
can be hard at work sometimes. That can be hard to balance that in. But I'm
and,
lucky that sometimes I get away with things at work. Like my head teacher will give me time off for the World or for the Euros, so I can train for that and train around it. And having a gym at my work, that helps. But it does mean there's some nights when you're sitting there, finish training, come home, like I just want to go to bed. Oh no, I've left my mark and I have to do that now because I went to training instead.
right, yeah. And then they find out how like the times of getting time off to go to these tournaments. How does that?
Yeah, I'm allowed time off for the Worlds and the Euros, but that's it. So it limits what I can travel to. Like World Cups and European Cups are hard. Like if they fall in the school holidays, that's perfect. Like if they happen to be in the school holidays, I'm sorry. If they're not, if it's not a national event for the team, then they're not keen on giving you time off for it. Means that
You couldn't swing that a European Cup and a World Cup is.
that's
Would they know the difference if you thought of it was a World Championships or a
well.
European Championships?
If you see me if you see me at World Cup, and just for reference, anyone that sees me at World Cup, that's an international event. I'll have a Scotland tracksuit on just for pictures. That's what I get away with.
Yeah, just make sure you get your picture and then
That's
send
it.
it in. Like, look,
It means
there
like
we were.
there's a lot of Friday nights when I fly for competitions that I leave at like 9, 10 o'clock at night flights, and then fly home Sunday night 9, 10 o'clock. So I'm back for work on Monday morning.
You've done a few Dublin Opens like that.
I've left a few Dublin Opens at 6 in the morning to fly home.
Yeah, we did something similar there for the Warrior Open. It was quick turnaround. It was like up at 5 to catch the flight over, compete, get up at 5 the next morning to come home. It's like, it's tough going.
Yeah,
Like,
that is a tough one.
and it's not
Uh,
not so much when you're doing it. It's when you get home. You're kind of like
and then you get
shattered.
down work again the next morning.
Yeah,
It's good.
that's the challenge.
See when I rock up at work with like a nice black eye and I'm limping a little bit, kids looking at you like, Mr. Brown, were you fighting the weekend? Yeah, bet I could take you. Yeah, all right, sure you could.
Wait until one of them actually tries.
That's it. That sidekick comes out instinct. Just oh, sorry, shouldn't have sidekicked that kid.
And do you think the Euros will be rescheduled, or what do you think is
No,
going to happen?
I think this year's done. I think we've lost it for the year.
Yeah, World
If
Cup.
the,
Do you think?
if the World Cup stays, I don't think we'll get the Euros.
Yeah,
It'll be. I'm hoping this clears up for the World Cup. The Euros getting. I can't see it.
I don't think so. I think by the time, well,
If
I
we're
think
still locked in August.
but see, I think it might depend on when people can get back training, because it's grand to
Yeah.
say, oh yeah, we'll hold it, but if people can only train for 4 weeks, like, are people going to want to go? But even like, are people going to book flights at this
Yeah,
stage?
no one wants
There's
to commit to
no one.
booking something that might not be there anymore.
Yeah, so I think it could be put off. But then that impacts then even, well, when do you have the next World Cup? Do you just cancel it like they did in
Yeah,
2010?
and then
Because
you got to wait four
World
years
Championships
for.
is next. So yeah, so like,
I can't see there being a Euros this year. I think we're done for it.
it's just like, it'd be so strange. Like, looking back, you look back
Yeah,
in
just this gap.
5, 10 years, just there was no Euros that year.
It'll be a weird one looking back. Does that mean if you won last year, do you get to hold it for 2 years now? Were you 2-year European champion now?
I guess so. Some people get all the luck.
Why did I win last year?
Yeah, I had that the one time. The one time when I won the Euros, it was on the short one, so I only got 6 months. So
6 months and go again.
it's like would have been nice to have got the 12 months out of it. But look, I suppose that's the motivation to try and win the next one straight away. But
No one can ever take it away though. You're a European champion. No one can ever take that away.
that is true.
In
Yeah,
your case, you're world champion. No one can ever take that away.
yeah, that's the joy. Yeah, but then like you're 2 times European champion. Oh yeah, are you?
That's it.
Are you Scotland's most successful male competitor then?
Um,
In terms of
we've
sparring,
got in terms of sparring, yeah, it's the only other person that's won a sparring title as a male, other than me as a senior, is a guy Brent Lyon won the Worlds in 1997, but he never won the Euros. He won one Worlds. Then we've had one junior won the Worlds. Ian Ford won the Worlds as a junior. Other than that,
yeah.
the only senior male to win the Euros is me. I think I'm the most successful senior male we've got, which is quite
No,
nice
that's
because
not a bad
I'm the
feather.
most successful. Yeah, I'm the most successful senior male we've had. Then Miss Cross was the most successful female we've ever had, which is quite nice for the club. Like,
Yeah, from one club, it's class, and
yeah,
two different generations, then as well.
that's it. And then we've just had Gemma just won the Euros junior patterns. That's another generation below me. I just won it as well, the same club, which is nice.
Jesus, yeah, successful club, yeah.
Someone did point out though, that as much as we don't admit, we're pretty much a patterns club now. With Michael's won the Euros in patterns, Gemma's won the Euros in patterns, Katrina won a team gold in the Euros in patterns. Miss Cross has got 2 world titles in patterns. I've never competed for patterns. I'm letting the club down here. I've got to up my game a little bit here.
You're doing it for the you're doing it for the spires, man. You're
That's
keeping
it. I've got to keep us looking good.
um, I actually think we might call it. Leave it there. Actually, I don't think I have overall any more questions or anything.
No worries.
It's been good chatting though, man. It's a good chat.
Hey, it's good to hear from you. I'd probably be asked to be on it.
Yeah, like you said, Scotland's most successful senior male. Why not have him on?
It's nice to hear it that way.
Yeah. See, he's like 2 times European champion. So I was good chatting. It was good to chat. Like that, we've been around the same length of time there. So like it was good to look back on some of those other championships. So
that's 10 years of this now. When you think
10 years.
there was no head guards, there was no mighty fist, there was so much
That
stuff that didn't exist when we started.
That was it. Was you had to have top 10 sparring gear and no headgear. I don't know. I think we'd like to see it go back to no headgear. I think that would seeing people's faces, I think maybe made a little bit of a difference. Like kind of.
Yeah, I think people were less brave to run at you when they didn't have headgear on.
Yeah. But I just think
that false fury.
When you saw a video of somebody, you knew straight away who it was because you could see their face. Whereas it's blue headgear. You kind of have to figure out. You have to kind of see a move. You have to really
work out from there.
Like what country is it? Whereas before, I was like, you nearly knew straight away because you could see their face. But hey, it's one of them. But
the way it's going.
Enjoy, I suppose, lockdown.
Enjoy quarantine.
Hopefully, it doesn't last too long. And
if I come out plus 85, it'll not last a long time.
Oh well, I'll be up a few sections myself, I think. And we'll get back to doing some training. I think get back trying to do something here at home. But yeah, I suppose, man, stay healthy.
Yeah, that matters now.
Yeah, go on. So yeah, we'll leave it there. All right, take care, man. Thanks for the chat.
Perfect. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate that.
Lovely stuff. Go on.